Shalom. Call Haloyim Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai by Hashem Rachak Wadash and Shan Yikabad the Gadawali Requab the Kwanyam Nawa Wa Shalayakim Nawa. That's the belongers to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone and Shalom Wabarakim Labakarium Shaliasharala, and that's peace and blessings to the elect of Israel. So really quickly, I just wanted to speak about a topic that's been on my mind for a few days. And really that is just to be selfish when it comes to giving away your time to the people in this world, of the world, I'll say. Being very selfish when it comes to who you're hanging out with, where you're placing your energy, who you're talking to. And really just understanding that you don't owe anybody in this world anything. That's another point that I wanted to bring out through the Spirit. You don't owe anybody in this world anything. Who cares what they think about you? You get invited to certain places from certain people, whether it's close family or friends. You're not obligated to go. You have to ultimately consider your own salvation and what's best for your spirit and your mind. And remember, these people are of the world. That means that no matter what, you're not going to always vibe with them anyway, on a genuine level. And that's where we read here in the book of 2 Peter 2, verses 6 and 7. This is where we can really relate this topic. It says, "And turning the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah into ashes, condemned them with an overthrow, making them an example unto those that after should live ungodly." And this is the point, verse 7. "And delivered just Lot, vexed with the filthy conversation of the wicked." So Lot, he was vexed, meaning he was annoyed. When you look that word up, highlight, look up, and down here, boom. Just annoyed. Annoyed, frustrated, or even sometimes worried, it says. But annoyed, frustrated. And we're all living that same kind of life right now. Because we're not of this world, we don't vibe with these people. Our spirits are different. We think differently because now we're really into the Holy Scriptures. Our diet is different. Everything is just different with the way that we think. And so you may get invited someplace or by a family member, a friend. They may invite you to a function, a kickback, wherever, some kind of party. I don't know. But don't feel like you're obligated to go. Don't feel like you're obligated to speak to people, like you're obligated to say certain things or do certain things just because you don't want that person or certain people looking at you a certain way, or talking about you, or thinking a certain way about you. Who cares? All that's going to happen is you go there and then you're vexed because you're not vibing with anybody. You don't have anybody to talk to. No one can relate to you. Then you're probably hearing, filthy conversation. You're probably seeing disgusting behavior, things that just don't vibe right with your spirit. And you could have avoided it. You could have avoided having that vexing situation if you just didn't go. You just can't care. You have to care more about your spirit, your salvation, than these people. Be selfish toward the world. Don't give them your time and your energy. They don't deserve it. What's more important is the vibration that your spirit is on. Is it high? Is it low? Where are you? This is the book of Philippians 2, verse 12. "Wherefore, my beloved, as ye have always obeyed, not as in my presence only, but now much more in my absence, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling." Work out your own salvation. That means you have to know yourself, and you have to be real with yourself. Not caring what other people think about you. No, you have to care more about what Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai thinks about you, How is he looking at you? Is he pleased with your actions and your thoughts and the things that you're doing? I'll even say the people that you're hanging with. Now, I'm not saying not to ever hang out with people in the world. Of course, you're going to have certain friends and even family that you're cool with. Not everybody around you is going to be in the truth. That's not how it is, I'll just say. It's not how life is right now. So you can hang out with people, but the point is to limit yourself. And when you know that it's best for your spirit to maybe be by yourself or to just not be around them, then don't. Don't go. Don't put yourself in that situation where you know that your spirit is just going to be kind of off. You don't need it. Do what's good for you. Maybe that is you just chilling by yourself. Maybe you're like, nah, I know I need to read more. Boom. So you sit down, you study, whatever. Maybe you're fasting. And it's just a day that you just want to take to you and the Lord just to work out a few certain things. You don't want to be around nobody. Cool. But just watch where you're placing your energy. Watch who you're giving your time to. And really examine your spirit in those situations so that you learn from it. And you know how you feel when you're around certain people and when you're having certain conversations. This is 1 Timothy 4, verses 15 and 16. It says, meditate upon these things. Give thyself wholly to them, that thy profiting may appear to all. Take heed unto thyself and unto the doctrine. Continue in them. For in doing this thou shalt both save thyself and them that hear thee. Right, so all because you're working out your own salvation with fear and trembling, and you're giving yourself wholly unto this ministry and unto the faith, then you never know how the Lord may use you to plant a seed in somebody else. And then that person grows. That person in the spirit, if it was always meant for them to get it, they get it because of how the Lord made things play out with you. Because you're working out your own salvation. You're building up your spirit. You're increasing your faith. Now that family member or that friend that you never thought would get it, all of a sudden they coming to you with questions. Or they're just saying random things. Just work on yourself. And the Lord will do the rest. Remember, it says that he's the one that gives the increase at the end of the day. Another precept I had was saying it all wrong. Proverbs. Was it 4? Yep. I've been bringing this out a lot lately. 4 verse 23 says, keep thy heart with all diligence, meaning your mind. Keep thy mind with all diligence. For out of it are the issues of life. So everything starts up there in the mind. That's where your spirit is. And so if all the issues start up there, that means it would behoove all of us to truly consider where our head is at. Constantly thinking, meditating, and thinking and examining ourselves and saying, hey, you know what? Am I walking on the right path that's going to lead me down to salvation? Or am I taking chances? Am I doing things that's going to decrease the probability of me receiving salvation? Because you don't want that to happen. You want to increase the probability of you receiving salvation. Of course, it's already written before the foundation of the earth, but we don't know that. And that's the whole point in faith. That's the whole point in us growing in this walk of life, in this ministry. Constantly abounding in this truth. And it starts with examining ourselves, being real, and knowing, hey, whenever I'm around this person or around these certain other people, or whenever we're having this kind of conversation, It just vexes my spirit. I don't feel good. Well, that's you guarding your mind. That's you keeping your mind with all diligence. And I said guard because that's the word you get in the NLT in verse 23. Guard your heart above all else, for it determines the course of your life. Where your spirit is, how you're vibrating, and how low or high it is, that's all that matters. You want to do your best to keep it, I'll say, over that 50%. More so high than not. You're not going to always 24/7 be in the spirit, but do what you got to do to recharge yourself, to get yourself back up there, vibrating at the highest level possible, as long as you can. And that's where the fight comes in. That's the fight right there. Constantly just keeping your spirit up. Keeping your faith high. Doing what you got to do. So anyway, that's the point. Just those few precepts. I pray that this was edifying and somewhat comforting to the elect. Call Haloyim, which means all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rachakudash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. Shalom.